A tough test for injury-ravaged Chelsea as the Blues visit Villa Park to take on Champions League chasing Aston Villa for the fourth and final time this season. There's been a win, a draw and a defeat for the Blues in the 3 previous meetings this term. The win came here in the FA Cup fourth round replay. Mauricio Pochettino will be hoping his patched-up side can replicate the performance in February, one of the Blues' best of the season. Pochettino has already tasted success on this ground once this season. His team start the evening 9th, but a victory would lift them up above West Ham into 8th. Let's get you up to date with the team news then. Villa make one change from their 3-1 win over Bournemouth last weekend. Douglas Luiz returns from suspension and replaces Moussa Diaby, who drops to the bench. Ollie Watkins is on 19 league goals, one behind Cole Palmer and Erling Haaland in the race for the Golden Boot. Chelsea show 3 alterations from the defeat against Arsenal. Trevor Chalobah and Thiago Silva replace Alfie Gilchrist and Axel Disasi in defence, while Cole Palmer has recovered from illness and comes in for Enzo Fernandez, who will miss the rest of the season. Chelsea's injury problems are writ large on the bench, where there are 5 Dev squad players. Torres down the line for Digne, can cut it across for John McGinn, and Watkins turns it in. And just like against Arsenal, Chelsea concede after 4 minutes. McGinn's taking the applause. It's between he and Watkins to decide who got the vital touch there. But Chelsea trail already.
Yeah, I mean, John McGinn should score. They build it well down the left-hand side. It was a good battle initially between Cucurella. I think he's the player that's probably going to get given the goal, an own goal. Bailey down the right, really secure in possession. They shift it over to the left-hand side.
I say that. Over the top, looking for the run of Jackson. Flag stays down for now. Nicolas Jackson over Martinez and into the net. Goal given. 1-1. Jackson at Villa Park again. Chelsea back on terms. Villa all at sea at the back, looking over to their right to see if the assistant referee would raise his flag. He hasn't. Chris Kavanagh in Stockley Park is looking at it as we talk. But as it stands, Nicolas Jackson's made it 1-1.
Yeah, again, Chelsea really controlled. Well, that's not conclusive, is it? It's a brilliant run, though. It's a really clever bit of movement. Maybe Matty Cash was the one that was deeper than Pau Torres, the nearer defender to where Jackson started his movement, in between Konza and Torres. The finish, brilliant. The touch, excellent, actually, to get it out of his feet, just off the thigh there. And then the flick into the roof of the net was lovely.
Craig Pawson none the wiser. It was mighty tight, but it is not going to count. Oh, good ball from Badiashile to Mudryk here. Flick toward Jackson, kicked away by Torres, out as far as Caicedo. Here's Cucurella, still plenty in the box in blue, and that should be 1-1, and it's off the post.
Lovely pass, Badiashile. Matty Cash was attracted to Cucurella. That enabled the space to open up. He just held his position, edge of the 6-yard box. And you're seeing it back. It's not the worst, but probably been quite kind there. I think he still got a score.
Got the touch there, broke for Diaby. Here's Cash. Rodgers. Oh, he's put it in for 2. Wouldn't you just know it? Barely had a sniff of the ball, Aston Villa, since they scored the first. And now Morgan Rodgers scores against Chelsea for the 2nd time this season. The previous one mattered very little. That one matters an awful lot to his team.
It's a really good finish, you got to say, and he's growing, isn't he, all the time as a Premier League player. I thought Matty Cash's pass actually almost made the wide player's mind up for him. Put real pace on it and just said, get your strike away. Breaks fortuitously for Diaby initially, a couple of deflections off Cucurella. And he just cuts in field of Trevor Chalobah, in between him and Silva, and arrows the shot really, little bit of disguise on it.
Here's Diaby, got Bailey outside of him. This is Morgan Rogers, and now Ollie Watkins. Good save, Petrovic. First sight of goal that Watkins has had in the first half. Petrovic was equal to it. Palmer out to Jackson. Much in the way of inexperience on the way of experience on the bench. There might be those out there now to sort it. There's Caicedo. To deliver it. Very deep. Thiago Silva got his head to it, and it came off Matty Cash and behind for another.
We've grown so accustomed to seeing Thiago Silva making that brilliant near post run. It's a good little bit of movement, does for Pau Torres. Yeah, not sure if it was that bit of contact from Chalobah or the fall itself that caused a little bit of pain there.
Gallagher. Here's Madueke! Game on! This time Noni Madueke finds the corner, and Chelsea find themselves a route back into this match. It's been coming, and the substitute goalkeeper is beaten.
It's a brilliant finish. It's all of Aston Villa's doing, it would seem. Trying to play out there. Chelsea plenty of players up the pitch. Palmer initially. And it's Dina who gets closed down. Douglas Luiz, Gallagher with some sterling work. That little chop in field is probably meant for himself, or maybe sees Mudryk in his peripheral vision, but what it does do is fall perfectly for the left foot of Madueke. Exactly the player you want, really, him or Palmer on this spot in the 18-yard box on their left foot, and that is perfect, exactly what was required.
Mudryk, what can he do with it? Found Cucurella. Couldn't work it to Palmer. Great challenge from Moises Caicedo. Oh, and he's worked it through to Madueke. Oh, flicked away by the wrist of Robin Olsen, with Villa looking shaky at the back again. Madueke. Gallagher. Looking to Benoit, Conor Gallagher! What a goal! Chelsea back level, and the skipper scores at Villa Park for the second time this season, and that's one he's pulled out the top drawer. 2-2.
Well, it's brilliant, what a strike. I don't think anyone really expected that on his left side, on his weaker foot. It looked like almost Aston Villa allowed him, just stood off and said, go on then, if you're going to take it on your left foot from that type of distance, that you think Rubenham can come out for one, certainly. That looks to be the case, doesn't it? McGinn could get there. He's a little bit late to react, and then Gallagher just produces the most sumptuous of strikes. I don't think he's thinking about shooting there initially, and then he catches it absolutely perfectly. He knows it's a beauty.
Maybe he can provide a goal here. It's a good delivery. Badiashile back in, Disasi! It's in for 3-2! Unbelievable! Axel Disasi off the bench, 90 plus 5, surely to win it, from 2-0 down.
Well, they deserve it. I'm sure the Villa players and supporters will be disappointed with the decision maybe not going their way. Badiashile with a little lean into his marker. It looks like the goal's been awarded. The delivery's good, and then he meets it. It's possibly, again, going to be an own goal, this one. Did it ricochet off Olsen when it comes off the bar? What I do know is Disasi met it powerfully. Starts with this brilliant delivery, as you said, Matt, from Palmer. Thiago Silva, Cassidy, sorry, looked favourite. That little shove, I thought the whistle was going to go, that it's helped him brilliantly, and yet hits the bar, down off the goalkeeper. It won't be Disasi's goal, I don't think, but he's right to wheel away. He's caused it. Brilliant header. Chelsea getting a good fortune. Going to be checked, though.
Is it for the nudge? I mean, I think that's fair enough. Don't you? Is it a significant enough a miss or an error?
I was surprised. I was surprised watching it live. That was my immediate thought that the whistle was going to go. It's not a good sign.
He's going over to the monitor to look at it, Craig Pawson, and that normally means one thing and one thing only. Let's see.
There's not loads there, but it's kind of calculated, isn't it? He knows what he's doing. I think this will be given as a foul. That was my immediate thought.
Reprieve for Aston Villa, what a shame. Chelsea deserved to win this game. Cucurella. Well, that is that. How do you come from 2-0 down and be disappointed with the final score? Well, it's when you have a goal disallowed harshly in the 95th minute. Chelsea can't believe it here. Madueke is getting booked after the fact. Plenty more too. It's down to Jesus Perez to act as peacemaker. You can understand, though, Sam, why Chelsea are so disappointed. They've got to protest in the right way.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, there's no need now for that, but it's so disappointing. It was a really good display. For the first whistle, really dominated the ball, didn't get that end product that their performance deserved before the break, absolutely did in the second period, so it was a really complete performance this evening, probably warranted the 3 points, so bitterly disappointed, and it's a conversation that will go on well into the night, but hopefully some optimism to take into two really big London derbies to come in.
Plenty going on at full time here, but the pertinent fact is that Chelsea have come from 2 down to take a point. Final score, Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 2.